Yeah, that's kind of my problem too. I think it's true because ultimately glucose is sugar, right?
Right.
So I think that it's true.
Yeah. I think you're right. Okay.
And reduction simply means the loss of electrons. 95% sure that's true.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay. Nabisco is always required to add CO2 to a 5-carbon molecule.
True. And I actually got that from watching her group thing. That's one of the times it didn't go over my head, I think.
Yeah. I think that's one that it has to be true or false. There's not like a big explanation.
Right. And see, that's what
It either
throws me
has
off
to be
about true and
required or
false
does.
is sometimes there's like a big explanation and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Photosynthesis is a catabolic pathway. I put false.
I didn't get this one. So if you put false, you got ahead it. You got further than me because I even watched her video trying to get that one and still did not get an answer.
I put false because it's not catabolic. Unless I'm missing something.
Okay.
So that's my only reasoning.
Okay, well then that reasoning works for me because like I said, I didn't get it. I didn't even get it when she was talking about it in the video.
Okay, photosystem 1 and 2 absorb different wavelengths.
Okay, I put true because I think they're a little different.
Does it say photosystem? Yeah, I didn't answer this one. True.
I think they're a little different. So like toward the end or something. I don't know. I can't it's so much information.
Yeah. I would agree. I felt about last test. The last test, I felt like there was so much that I kept getting stuff mixed up.
Yes. And she said that from now on we're going to start doing the 3 chapters. And I was like, I was getting stuff confused on 2 chapters. I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What is it? Next one. Photorespiration uses CO2 to produce 1 ATP.
False. And I think it's false because I think it's 3.
Yeah, they're trying to get you with that 1 ATP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oxygen is produced during linear and cyclic electron flow. I didn't answer this one.
I put false, and I got that from her video. So.
Okay. Three-carbon sugar G3P is only produced by C3 plants. What does that say? Only produced by C3 plants. I put false as my answer, but I don't know if that's right.
3 carbon sugars is produced by 3 plants. I put true, and I got that from her video, so.
Okay, so I have that one wrong. Okay. Do you still need the rest of these, or did you get the rest of them from the video?
I have all of them.
Go for something else.
I have all of them except for the chloro absorbs solar energy and passes electrons to NADPH. Did you get that one?
I think that is false.
Okay. Are there any of the questions or anything you want to go over?
Hold on. Let's see here.
Why's my video off? I didn't know I turned my video off.
Through here and see if I have any. I don't think I had any regular questions.
Are you taking the test after we do this? I'm so scared.
Yeah, I'll probably take it after we do this or a little bit later. Let me see.
Okay, what about at the bottom of the page that we just did, the true or false? And it says, which of the following statements is correct? It's the main last question on the true or false on 10. Because that's just so random that I couldn't figure it out.
What in the world? Okay. Is it E? Maybe.
I don't know, because I don't think that they were only found in.
There's a couple of these that I feel like could be correct.
I know! My dog is tearing my house down, killing a balloon.
I feel like it's either B or E. What do you think? I don't know. I could be.
I don't know, because,
I could be
like,
wrong.
I don't know. I was even Googling, like, each answer going, okay, this makes sense, but this makes sense too. And then I was like, well, maybe it's one more than one, because it says which of the following statements is correct. So it could be more than one. So then that confused me and threw me off. So yeah. So maybe both of them, or maybe all four of them that I think might be. I don't know. Okay, we won't worry about that one then. Hopefully it's not on the test.
Now I think it could be C. I really don't.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna say C and forget about it.
See, the thing is, though, I have to have like 3 chapters memorized, because I don't even have time to refer back to my notes to see these right, and I can't memorize 3 chapters worth of all these questions, so I'm pretty much doomed anyways.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like their review sheets are kind of pointless, because I feel like more questions come from the homework than from the review sheets.
Yes, and that's what I said too, but my other group said that they felt like a lot of them were on there, and I said, yeah, maybe 60%, but then the other 40% come from something I didn't study, and I'm in trouble.
Yeah. Or maybe they do come from the review, but they're worded so differently that I can't tell that it's the same question.
That might be the problem for me too.
Okay. feel like chapter 10 wasn't as hard as the, was it 9 or 8?
It's not that they're even hard. It's just so much information to remember. Like,
yeah.
And see,
when you start putting like the compounds and stuff in there and having to get all the steps right, it gets really confusing.
Right. And then the numbers, how the numbers differ and stuff. Yeah.
It's hard whenever you're just watching a video and then doing homework online and kind of teaching yourself.
Yeah.
Versus like actually being in class and like kind of being involved in it so you actually remember what was said.
Right. Well, and when you're at home and you're trying to do it, let's just be honest, you're distracted because there's other stuff going on around you.
Yeah.
And when you're sitting in class, you're there to focus. So therefore that time, because I even tried to set aside those Wednesday nights that we were supposed to be in class. And I can't even manage to do that because I have a dog and a child running through the house back and forth right now.
Yeah, but when you actually go to class, that's your set time.
Yeah.
To pay attention. So it's so difficult for me to do online classes because I feel like I never do well at all.
I know. Yeah. I'm not doing as well as I would have liked to do.
Because you don't get like a feel for the teacher and how they teach just through like a video or the homework.
That's true.
When you're in class, you actually like get a feel for, okay, I feel like they're going to ask this. I have no idea what she's going to ask.
And even on her lectures and stuff, when I join in or whatever, or not her lectures, but the group thing when I join in, like on Zoom, there's so much back and forth talking over each other and stuff that I feel like...
Yeah, I can't understand anything.
Yeah, and my thing cuts in and out because there's so many people on it, it's overloaded. And then so I started just going back and watching them so I can rewind them and do it again instead of joining in. And that works a little better.
Yeah.
But then I'm not there to ask the questions I want to either. So, and I really don't, and I know it sounds bad, but I really just don't have time to do both.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to do the group meetings every week until like, I don't know, like since last exam. But I felt like it wasn't helping me at all.
No, it wasn't me either. Because, like I said, I would miss things and I'd have to go back and watch it anyways. Because even when I was there watching it unfold and stuff, it just goes over my head sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like in those meetings, it's all the people that know the answer and they're just saying the answer to the question. But all the people that actually have questions or don't know why someone got the answer never get to ask any questions.
Right. And when she goes over it, instead of answering it directly, she goes over it and she explains it so long that somewhere I get lost and lose the answer. Like sometimes I find the answer to something else and miss the answer to it though.
Yep. I know what you mean. Do you have an online lab or do you have an in-class lab?
I have an online lab that is useless and worthless, and it actually caused me to miss 2 questions on my test because of the fact that she gave us the wrong animal cell diagram and stuff. It had, I guess she'd got it offline and stuff, and like it was wrong, so I missed 2 problems on my test because of it.
Yeah, my lab, I don't know if my lab schedule is off or what is going on, but my lab has nothing to do with the stuff we're learning in the actual class. Like, absolutely nothing to do with it. And I feel like I learn absolutely nothing from it.
I've not learned anything from my lab either. And like I said, I used my lab person, she gave us slides. And so I used these slides to answer the questions to her test. And I still missed them, like some of them. And I went back and Googled the answers. Well, that was because the slides were wrong.
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm just like that lab is confusing me even more and messing me up even more, I think. Because I feel like two different people are teaching me two different things.
Yep, that's exactly how I feel. My lab professor, I haven't heard from them except for like when the tests are due, and that's it. So like I don't even know what's going on. I just do the lab and then take the lab test, which the lab test has nothing to do with the lab.
And that's what I was like too. I was like, because I started taking pictures of the whole lab step by step, because I thought maybe I was just doing them and wasn't getting, like, the information wasn't sticking. Right. So I started taking pictures of every single step and would revert back to them when we did the test, because you have plenty of time on the test. So I started writing back to the picture. No, it literally has nothing to do with the lab I just took.
No, it really doesn't.
Okay, good. At least it's not just me who thinks. And she said, I remember in the one like a couple weeks ago, she said, you should be so excited because the lab you're fixing to do is fantastic and great. And then that lab was like 5 minutes and I learned absolutely nothing from it. So I was like, okay, maybe this lab was supposed to be fantastic and great, but it was not fantastic and great.
Right. Yeah, I feel the same way. All my labs just a little animation of me putting water in a tube and then clicking a button
and then recording data that you can't get wrong because it won't let you get it wrong.
Yeah. And data that doesn't even make sense.
Yep. So yeah, I feel like that was really ripped off with the lab part.
Yeah, and then we had to get that lab manual and I haven't even used it.
I looked at it because I thought I would use it for my last test and stuff too. Because I was like, okay, let me just use this manual. Let me use the pictures I took. Let me use the little things she did and stuff. And still no, because it's not in there. It's nowhere. I don't even know how she comes up with your test. Who is your lab person?
Let me look. I don't remember. I'll tell you real quick. I have Professor Starnes for mine.
Oh, no. We don't have the same one, but it sounds like still the same. That nobody seems to.
Yeah, everyone else in the group is, like, we've talked about labs a couple of times in group, and everyone else is on a totally different, like, we're all in different labs. And when they tell me what their lab was about, it wasn't mine at all. So I don't know what's going on with mine, because mine has nothing to do with what I'm learning.
Okay, mine either, so I guess at least me and you are on the same page with it not working out for us.
I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like this class got all mixed up when it got moved online.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would have done much better in person thanks to COVID once again.
Yeah, because last semester, all my classes I was taking in person, I had, like, all A's, and then once it moved online, I started, like, getting B's and C's just because
I know. That was me this summer. I had a 4.0 and I had 4 classes left. And then, well, the one class I made an A in because it was my speech class. And then the other one I made, like, a C in. And now these 2 I'm taking. So I have destroyed, at the very end, my 4.0. So, yeah, that makes me sad. Because I was almost done.
Me too. Me too. I know exactly what you mean.
And see, my other one that they moved online that I feel like I really had to have it in person, like, I just had to have it in person and it didn't work out, was my math class. because I'm taking biology and
Yeah.
math, and I feel like that I really, truly need it to be sitting in a seat for both of those. And that's why I put them off to the end, just taking 2 of them, and so I'd have time, and I could be there, and I could take them both in person. It wouldn't be a big deal. And now this happened.
Yeah.
Stop, get
What
down.
math class are you in?
Do what?
What math class are you in?
It's just regular math. It's 10. Oh, whose is it? Her name is I don't know, because I don't communicate with her. It's always just on
Pearson?
yeah. Oh, what is her name? I want to say it's Ashley something.
I thought you might be in Algebra 1, because I'm in Algebra 1 right now. Same thing, and it's terrible.
No,
Ugh.
it was just basic math, but it's so, the problem is with it, it's so scattered, and there's like 10 questions on each thing, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
you have a test on it 3 weeks later, and you get 2 questions per thing that you did, and by then you forgot all the formulas and stuff, because you can't, she watches you on it. It's Jessica Chambers. She watches you on it and stuff, and you absolutely like record you and stuff, so you can't use any notes, any formulas, nothing. You just have to have it all memorized, and you're doing it 3 weeks after you learn how to do it, and by then I forget half the formulas and stuff. And it's only like
Mine's the exact
10 or 12 questions, so if you miss 1 or 2, you're pretty much flunked out.
Yeah, mine's the exact same, but it's for Algebra 1.
Oh, see? Well, that's great.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Alright, did you have any other questions?
No, I mean, it's a lot to review, especially for just like 2 people. I don't know. I guess I'm just going to
Yeah.
try and take it and see what happens and hope for the best. And I guess I will email her this, and I will tell her that Sarah was there too, but she kept cutting in and out.
Yeah, I feel bad for Sarah. 'cause
And
she
for a
really
minute, we had 4 people, but I don't know who the other one was that signed on for sure, because I gave it to 2 other people too. But I don't know who was that signed on, and they disappeared almost as fast as they signed on.